The Billion-Dollar Lie: How TitanPay Fooled Everyone. Imagine a financial technology company called TitanPay rising like a new star on Wall Street. TitanPay promised to completely transform the way people make payments worldwide, faster, cheaper, and smarter. Major investors poured in money without hesitation, and its stock price skyrocketed within just a few months. The media could not stop praising the company, even calling CEO Michael Grant the next Steve Jobs, a visionary figure in a black turtleneck who spoke passionately about a mission to change the world. But when the spotlight shines too brightly, sometimes we forget to look behind the curtain. A few confusing financial reports were brushed aside, and tough questions from analysts went unanswered. Most people were too busy chasing the stock frenzy to notice the missing pieces. That is, until one insider decided to step forward and reveal what was really happening behind the scenes. Now the big question remains for everyone. Is TitanPay truly a groundbreaking unicorn that will reshape the future of finance? Or is it a ticking time bomb waiting to explode? While TitanPay was basking in the spotlight of the market, one person was quietly watching with growing concern. That person was Emily Carter, the company's chief accountant. Emily was known for her meticulous nature, someone who valued precision and transparency in every number. But as she reviewed the financial statements, she discovered details that kept her awake at night. The reported user numbers did not match the internal data. Profit figures were strangely inflated. Worse still, she uncovered evidence that TitanPay had been hiding massive debts and was using new investor money to pay off old obligations, a dangerous setup that looked alarmingly similar to a Ponzi scheme. At first, Emily wondered if she might have made a mistake. But the deeper she dug, the clearer the pattern became. She was faced with a difficult choice: stay silent to protect her career, or speak up to protect the truth. While the world celebrated TitanPay as a symbol of innovation, Emily felt like the only person who could see the iceberg looming just ahead. Emily's story is not just about a financial technology company. It is also a reminder that sometimes all it takes is one person brave enough to tell the truth to shake an empire to its core. When Emily Carter discovered serious irregularities in the financial reports, she did not immediately go public. As the chief accountant, she believed her first responsibility was to report the issue internally. However, every attempt she made was ignored. She sent emails, prepared detailed reports, and even requested private meetings to explain the suspicious numbers. But the responses were either silence or vague reassurances. Things soon took a darker turn. Emily began receiving subtle warnings. Someone hinted that she should stop digging too deep if she wanted her career to stay safe. Conversations that once felt friendly became cold and tense. It was clear to Emily that TitanPay's leadership not only knew the truth, but was determined to bury it at all costs. At that moment, she realized waiting any longer was impossible. Emily gathered every document, every email, and every piece of financial evidence she could find, and sent the entire file to the SEC, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. That single decision marked the turning point of her life. It was a choice that could destroy her career, but also one that might save millions of investors from walking straight into a financial nightmare. When Emily Carter submitted her files to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, she believed the truth would come to light and justice would quickly be served. But reality turned out very different from what she had imagined. The SEC did not act immediately. Investigations were delayed, and documents seemed to shuffle endlessly from one desk to another. The reasons behind this hesitation soon became clear. TitanPay did not just have powerful investors, it also had deep political connections. The company hired elite law firms with attorneys capable of dragging out and complicating any investigation. Instead of being stopped, TitanPay continued to expand its reach. During this period, the company raised billions more from international funds. The media kept publishing glowing stories, and millions of small investors poured in their savings, convinced they were joining a true technological revolution. The climax of the story lies here. The very people responsible for protecting the market chose silence. Regulators were slow, TitanPay's leadership was determined to conceal the truth, and investors were blinded by greed and excitement. A company once celebrated as a symbol of innovation was now teetering on the edge of becoming one of the biggest financial scandals in history. And all of it happened because too many people chose silence at the very moment when speaking out mattered most. In the end, the truth could not stay hidden forever. TitanPay collapsed within days, wiping out millions of investors and erasing nearly all of its stock value. Those who believed they were part of a financial revolution suddenly found themselves facing personal financial ruin. Meanwhile, CEO Michael Grant had already cashed out, walking away with hundreds of millions before everything fell apart. Amid the chaos, Emily Carter was hailed as a hero. She was the one who dared to speak up when everyone else remained silent. Yet the price she paid was steep. She lost her job, faced counter lawsuits, and endured threats that made her personal life deeply uncertain. The story ends, but it leaves behind a haunting question. If regulators had acted sooner, could this tragedy have been prevented? TitanPay may be only one example, but it serves as a powerful reminder that transparency and accountability must never take a back seat to profit and ambition. The TitanPay story may have ended, but its echoes remain. Emily Carter, the woman who dared to expose the truth, was she truly a hero, or, in the eyes of some, merely a traitor to her own company? This is not an easy question, because it touches the fine line between loyalty and responsibility to society. And then comes a bigger question for all of us. After so many financial scandals, do you still trust the regulators? The very institutions entrusted to protect markets and investors sometimes move too slowly, or worse, are clouded by influence and hidden interests. TitanPay may be a fictional story, but the lessons it raises are painfully real. Greed, silence, and the lack of transparency have always been the dangerous pieces that push any system towards disaster. So what do you think? Was Emily Carter a hero or a betrayer to her own company? Do you still have faith in the financial watchdogs? Share your thoughts in the comments, because your perspective might be exactly what someone else out there needs to hear. To me, stories like TitanPay are more than scandals. They're wake-up calls. If regulators stay silent and leaders choose greed over integrity, the ones who pay the price are always the ordinary investors. That's why I believe we all need to question the numbers, challenge the promises, and never put blind faith in shiny success stories. Because in the end, protecting your money starts with protecting your judgment.